Welcome to Redvee TV, pre-Salford, round 13 on Thursday night at the AJ Bell Stadium. Post-drubbing of Huddersfield last Friday night. I was going to go through the score then, but I can't remember it. We scored a lot and we didn't concede any.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't, did we?
No, that's because that Turner try wasn't a try.
Even Turner put his head in his hands and didn't think it was, so... I don't know, sometimes people say, do you know what, you do the instant fan stuff and when you see the replays, we all look like we're talking out of our behinds, but it was quite clear to see on the replay that he completely dropped it. So, good win Friday night.
Yeah, great performance as well. It's one that, it's almost like in hindsight, I've kind of reflected on it and thought, you know what, that was a better performance than I kind of gave it credit for on Friday. Just watching some of the highlights back and actually seeing
the way we played,
like the way that we played, it was fantastic to watch. And you know what, that was a great answer to the previous week at Wakefield, where we didn't quite show that cutting edge and the cool, calm heads that were needed in the final 10 minutes.
See, I think for me, I've seen plenty of comments saying that that's the worst Huddersfield side that they've ever brought, but I'm not being funny. Over the last 5 or 6 years, we've played plenty of awful Super League sides and not gone and done that. And on top of that, we were missing James Roby, Alex Walmsley, Mark Percival, 3 of your best players. So,
Zeb Tyre as well.
And Zeb Tyre, another one, who's been playing well. So we weren't exactly at full strength either. Ben Barber, yeah, obviously scored a few, but it wasn't a Ben... I wouldn't have called it the Ben Barber show. It was just an all-round great team performance.
No, I think you're right there. I mean, they were missing quite a lot more than we were. I know we weren't full strength, but they were missing quite a lot more. I think if you go back pretty much 12 months to the instant fan reaction after the 14-all draw against Huddersfield, I'm not sure I said something along the lines of the Huddersfield players looked like they had lottery numbers on the back of the shirts because they were all up in the 30s.
Yeah. Look what happened that night.
Yeah, and that was 14-all. So it kind of just shows what 12 months and a different coach has done to us. And Ben Barber, I mean, we won't take that away from our side. It's kind of just made us more professional, I'd say. And just, listen, if there is a weakened team in front of us, let's go for the jugular. Let's properly put things to bed.
How ruthless we were. From being 34-0 up at half time, would have been quite easy to take the foot off the pedal, put the cue on the rack, and just, you know what, and a previous Saints side would have got to 46, 48 points, and we'd have all gone home thinking, no, well. But this Saints side, they seem to just be queuing up, wanting more and more. Yeah. Everybody wants to get on in the act.
Yeah, and that's
except Tommy Rankinson. costing us money, we're still bitter.
Yeah, that's it. It was great to see the fact that we didn't just rest easy. We did start, well, keep throwing it about and keep going and look to score more tries and better the points difference, because we're only 2 points ahead of second place.
That's what I was about to say. If it ends up tight at the end of the year, that points difference could be worth an extra point.
I suppose it's like last year when we put 45 on Hull at Magic Weekend, and all of a sudden that looks like a bit of a difference there. When you've put a big score on someone and you've kind of kept going, it doesn't half make a difference. And you'd hope that if we get another game like that in the season, we'd do the same. We'd pretty much go for it and score as many points as we can.
After factoring in the fact that finishing top of the table and winning the League Leaders' Shield gets you an extra 100,000 in the coffers, the squad probably reflects that this week. Justin Holbrook, the ruthless man that he is, slots Mark Percival and Zeb Tyre straight back in at the expense of Jack Ashworth and Bentley. Any complaints?
No, I've no issue with that at all. I think you see from Holbrook, he pretty much just picks the best team that he's got available. There's no room for sentiment. He doesn't just change things for the sake of changing them, and I like that. I kind of like that. I know fans have been whinging about Bentley not being picked, but he's got to be ready to come in.
And do you know what? How can you not trust this coach?
Yeah,
if he was ready, and do you know what? If he was ready and he was deserving of his place in the side, I'm under no illusions that Justin Holbrook would put him straight in.
The thing is, he could be ready, and he could be training.
But isn't it good that we don't have to just dump him straight into the side.
But he could be training as well as Morgan Knowles, he could be training as well as Zeb Tyre, he could be training as well as John Wilkin. But because all of our second rowers, Dom Peru, all of our second rowers are playing well, there's no reason to bring him in yet.
Just allow him to bed into the club, bed into the ethos.
Yeah, and get him out getting some game time. The only thing, and this isn't necessarily criticism of Sheffield, but I don't like the fact he's playing centre for him. Now, they might be shorter bodies and literally...
But that's not what our players should be going there for.
No, I want to see...
And do you know what? I don't particularly agree with the dual role.
I don't like dual reg.
Or dual reg. But that's the way it is. But, again, another good reason to bring it back a proper reserve structure.
Definitely.
But certain sides over the Pennines don't like it. So, yeah, back to pretty much not far off being full strength tomorrow, apart from James Roby, who... will be out for another couple of weeks for those who keep asking. I think if it was a cup final, he'd probably make him play. But again, why we don't rush him back?
Yeah, I think Holbrook said that next week would be nice, but I don't see.
Who have we got next week?
I don't have a clue, to be honest with you. I think Catalan at all.
Don't play. Come stand with us.
Yeah, well that's it.
We won't need it against Catalan at home. I'm pretty safe to say. And do you know what? I'll make the same thing again. I'll wear that Wigan shirt if we lost to Catalan. So, James, you rest easy.
Well, that's it. There's no point rushing him back in. It's better him having the rest now and then coming back in when he's needed. And again, hopefully, towards the like kind of middle end of the season, he might be able to get a bit more of a rest.
Yeah, getting fresh.
Yeah.
Alex Walmsley won't have a scan until the end of May, because obviously that's when hopefully the bone in his neck will have healed. So once that's done and we can get him scanned, it'll take him a few weeks to get back to match fitness. So you probably maybe looking July 10 before you see Alex Walmsley. But I've talked in recent weeks of this being an easier spell of games where you could potentially rotate the squad. Is it Justin Holbrook showing the respect to Salford that they probably deserve? Because do you know what? Ian Watson quietly going about his business. Salford away on a Thursday night. If the weather's a bit windy and wet, a little bit of a banana skin potentially.
Yeah, definitely. As I say about Holbrook, he doesn't change things for changing them's sake, and he's probably seen the results that Salford have got recently, and they're not doing badly at all. Ian Talbot looks
I was shocked by the Wakefield score last week.
So was I.
I think we both took Wakefield, didn't we?
Yeah, and I think if you look at that Wakefield score and you start bringing 3 or 4 players out and putting 3 or 4 young lads actually into the 17.
It only needs to go a couple of scores down
and all of a sudden, it can just run away from you. And while players are fit, keep them on the field together. We know injuries will strike. It's rugby. It's what happens. Yeah. So they can come in when they're needed. And hopefully it'll just be 1 or maybe 2 at a time rather than wholesale. Because we've had that in the past. It's not like I'm not going to whinge about getting injuries. They're part and parcel of the game. But we've had that in the past, and fair play to him for being consistent with the squad that he's picked. Because, as you say, it's a potential banana skin.
Another good reason to not play James Roby next week. Challenge Cup the week after.
Yeah.
Having fresh for Castleford away in the Cup. Are we shocked at getting a massive team? Well, a massive tie away from home, massive team. Castleford, good size. I'm not going to take it away from him. Is anybody shocked that Saints get drawn away against somebody decent? Is it just like the way it is now?
Well, yeah, because
there's somebody blowing our balls.
Yeah, because all the top 8 come in at that point. Yeah, the chances of getting the top 8 team are really good. It's not like back in the day when you always saw a Saints and Wigan like the round before. It's no. Listen, I'm going to start. Tomorrow night I'm going to take a load of tinfoil hats and sell them to people who think there's some kind of conspiracy.
There's no.
I'm just going to sell them. They're a £5 a goal. I'll be outside the away end.
There's no conspiracy. I'm joking about warm balls because we've got cold balls. But is it just sod's law? It just seems the way.
The top 8 go in the hat then.
So why do we always get Cass? Why do we always get Leeds Cass? It's never Wigan Cass.
It's the luck of the draw.
First go.
It's the luck of the draw.
Why are we never at home?
You know what? We could be at home to Whitehaven or someone like that.
Yeah, we're not.
Or someone terrible like Widnes. Brian Hale will be up.
You'd rather have Widnes than Fev.
Well, but it's at the end
both
of
on the same level.
Yeah, at the end of the day, listen. It's just the fact that 7 other big teams have gone in and we've got drawn against.
Do you know what? For me, it's a chance to break a hoodoo of last season and get a little bit of revenge. We got drubbed in the cup there. We were unlucky in the semi-final. So do you know what? You got to beat these teams along the way.
Yeah.
No doubt that Castleford would have beat lower ranking sides, and we would have met them at some point, either we would, or Wigan or Leeds. So do you know what? If we can get them out early on, gives you a bit of an easier run to the final, hopefully, isn't it?
No doubt that Saints would want a home tie for the gate receipts. As fans, yeah, you'd want Whitehaven in this round, and then Castle the round after.
Castleford would have been the one side we would have been the side that Castleford wanted to avoid in the draw.
Possibly so, yeah.
The only thing on the benefit for them is the home draw, but aside from that, they wouldn't want to be facing us either.
You know what? You want an easy run through in this, and an easy game in the final that you win. You have a nice day out. It's nice and sunny. It doesn't happen like that.
We'll have Widnes in the final.
All right. Everybody likes a joke.
Funny that though, wouldn't it?
Like, great though.
It'd be like a magic when we drove them by 60 there as well.
I'm glad you're saying all this.
Sorry, Brian. Don't hate me. But you know it's true. Right, that's the men's game covered. Yeah. And the women played Bradford on Saturday. Was it 44?
Was it Sunday?
It was the weekend.
And it was 42 points to 4.
Yeah, it was that.
Yeah.
I've slept since. But yeah, watched the game of the weekend. Very impressed. Playing the game in the ethos of the club, and some really good performances. Obviously, Faye Gaskin, star of the show once again.
Yeah.
Tara Jones, Crowell, the winger.
Yeah.
If that's how you pronounce her name, sorry. Roxy Mura.
Yeah.
Mrs. Murdoch-Masilla. Combining really well with Faye Gaskin for a couple of little runarounds, and shows what they've been working on in pre-season and in training. I was also impressed by the fullback, Rebecca Rotherham. Young kids just starting out. I thought made a couple of really good breaks. Who, if players would have got on the back of it, we probably would have got a few more tries. But absolutely fantastic performance, and going to give them a lot of confidence going into this week.
Yeah, absolutely. Bradford were champions. Well, double winners.
So I know Bradford
Bradford
lost a couple of players to Leeds, but are still expected to be like one of potentially the big four this season.
Yeah, exactly. And to go over to Odsal and beat them by such a margin. I caught the first half and didn't manage to catch the second half. And you know what? It was a great performance.
I can't believe how much the performance has mirrored the men's team this season. Yeah. Not only were we really good in attack, but the defence was absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
So many times, even up till the last play of the game, Bradford were trying to go in that left-hand corner, and the women just muscled up and kept them out. And great to see the team spirit afterwards when the hooter went. Yeah,
that's it. And there was the video as well that was shared of him singing the club song. You know what? They play this week. Featherstone.
I know from looking at the sides in the first 2 games, they've tried to rotate the squad a little bit, give everybody some game time, obviously, because there wasn't any pre-season fixtures. It's Featherstone on Sunday. It's a 2:30 kickoff at Fatto Heath Crusaders, if anybody wants to go down and support the women. Big game this week, hopefully make it 3 out of 3. And then the big derby the following week.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like they're being coached in the right way, doesn't it? It looks like everything from top to bottom is going well.
Mark Brennan doing a great job.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. One of the things that's kind of aside from the actual playing side of it is, I like to see that the girls are playing in the Saints colours.
Yes, yeah.
I love that. I love that it's just all one club. It would have been easy for Saints to kind of give them a different kit, give them last year's, do something along them lines. But no, they're playing in the kit that everybody plays in, from under 16s, 19s, reserves when they get a game, and men's first team. And it was quite refreshing to see that Saints and Bradford played in the home shirts as well. Don't know the reasons behind that, whether it's contractual or whatever. But you know what?
No way it's available.
But it looked good, because it was traditional colours, and it looked like 2 big teams going for it. And
do you know what? It actually made me miss trips to Odsal.
Yeah.
And do you know what? As much as we slate Widnes and we don't like Widnes, we've made that perfectly clear. And sides that don't offer stuff to the Super League. It'd be great to see Bradford back up at some point.
Definitely, it'd be good to see. As I've said a couple of times, I'd like to see a strong Widnes. I'd like to see a stronger Hull, one who are more consistent. Bradford could be put into that, but then it'd be great if every single club was vying for a top 8 place. Unfortunately, for different reasons, teams aren't.
Right, we'll end with predictions for tomorrow night.
Saints by 16.
I will go for Saints by 26. I was quite conservative last week. I think I said Saints by 40, so I'll go for Saints by 26, and hopefully I'm wrong and we get a bit more. Not going to be able to make a prediction on the women's game. I think just because we don't know a lot about this Feb side, but hopefully they can continue with the left off, and do you know what, if they perform anywhere close to how they performed on the first 2 weeks, it should hopefully be another 2 points on the board, and both Saints sides staying top of the table.
Hopefully so. Right,
we will see you tomorrow night after the game at the AJ Bell Stadium, hopefully following another Saints victory. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I missed it last week. And let us know what you think on Twitter, Facebook and on the Redvee forum also. If you can't get there tomorrow night, don't forget to tune into Wish FM. You can turn down the annoying commentators on Sky and I'll listen to the annoying commentator on Wish instead.
I'm glad you said that.
It was always going to come, wasn't it? Right, see you tomorrow night.